Welcome to Disturbing the Priest. Today I am reviewing and ranking the album Hippopotamus by Gonst.
By Toblerone
Opus
Fudge.
Eponymous. Opus Eponymous by Ghost. Ghost's debut record from 2010 on Rise Above Records. Their first album, very raw record. And I'm excited to talk about it. I'm joined by Vanessa from Crystal Ball Records. What's going on?
Hi, it's so nice to be here. It's weird to be over Zoom because we're usually talking in person. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Ex-coworker. We used to work at a record store together.
professional
And
haters.
yes, yeah. A lot of history and lore with that job, but a lot of that job was trashing Ghost.
Oh
And
my
of course
God, yeah.
praising Ghost. I feel like it was a mix of both
It was both.
because you got into Ghost during the later era where the first record I ever heard from them was this one. And this is
Mm,
my favorite Ghost album.
as it should
But
be.
if you want to get into just like, how you got into Ghost and just like your overall experience in the fandom and like what your
So,
favorite records are.
I have a lot of regrets when it comes to Ghost because people have been telling me for years, like probably since Meliora era, like you need to listen to Ghost, you'd love Ghost, like you need to listen to them. And I just kept thinking, like, okay, I'll do it later. And then I never did it. And then when Mariana Cross blew up, my sister approached me and she was like, do you know about this band Ghost? Because they're really cool. And I was like, okay, I'll give them a listen. I was like, oh my God, I regret every decision I've ever made because now they're selling out like small stadiums when I could have seen them. Like I could have been VIP and met the guy, but like I that dream is long dead because I waited too long.
And not to brag, but I definitely got the
Yeah.
opportunity to meet him, and it was awesome. It was
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
sure
That
it
was
was.
Papa four,
Yeah, that was
I
Papa 4. I
think. That
remember
was
the pictures.
the Imperator, which was very awesome. And yeah, I definitely prefer early Ghost. The first album, I think, is like the best thing they did. And it's interesting because, I was turned off by their newer sound. So I never really checked them out until like I heard that their first record's raw and that it has like some doomy elements to it and some like King Diamond esque vocals. I'm like, you know what? I will check it out. And I did and loved it. And then from there went up the discography and I'm like, okay, I see why people like this band.
Yeah.
So I feel like what's interesting about this is your favorite record from Ghost is Prequel, right?
Yes, I'm a
Yes.
Cornucopia girly. I just love the themes and like the symbolism of like the Black Plague. I think it's very clever. I do like it a lot. And I remember people were joking that like, oh, Copia started COVID because that came out sort of like right before it all happened, I think. And like I remember, so I'm deep in the ghost lore, like the fandom. Like you're absolutely not into that. But yeah. But there's
I'm
been
not
like
I'm not
this
a
trend
ghost
of
girly.
like
I have to
yeah, you're not
admit.
a ghost girly, but there's been this trend of like Copia predicted COVID, Copia predicted the Trump administration with its themes of like an empire and an empire falling. It's like there's this weird thing in the fandom that this man can predict the future. I don't know. The fandom is a little scary sometimes. I'll admit
Yes,
that.
it's definitely a loud fandom, like a lot of opinions. And yeah, I was on that Reddit for a little bit. I'm
Oh
off it
God.
now. I can't stand it. I have opinions about some of the fans when it comes to this band, but all I know is that I love that first record,
Hmm.
and I don't think they really have a bad album per se. Like Skeletor, I'm not really a fan of, but
Yeah.
yeah, like
We had
Prequel,
a
I
whole
like.
episode about that, but like Skeleta's grown on me, admittedly. It's not as bad as it was when we first like when we did the episode about it and I really didn't like it and I was super let down. Now that it's almost a year old and I've had time to stew on it, it's actually not that bad. More skips than the average Ghost album, but still not as bad as I was originally making it out to be.
Yeah, Lacrima's a banger. Satanize is great. Umbra, I actually really like. But
Yeah.
going to Opus Eponymous, this is the first Ghost record. What are your thoughts on this album overall?
So this is probably my second favorite Ghost album, I'm not gonna lie. Just
Whoa,
because I like
really?
yeah, because I like how much darker it sounds. I'm not a big fan of the like more arena rock that they're doing with Skeleton and that they kind of did with Impera. And when they released Satanized, I was like, great, this sounds like Opus and Impera had a baby. This is awesome. And then nothing else on that album sounded like that.
I am so happy you finally came around. You finally came around. I remember when Impera dropped, you're like, this is the best Ghost album. You're like, I'm not the other old stuff. I'm not really crazy about. I'm like, give it time. I'm like, give it time. Here we
Hmm.
are. This is beautiful. I'm so glad to hear this information. So, what do you like so much about that first record? You talked about kind of like the darker themes. And for me, I love those darker themes, even though like every song lyrically is practically the same, just
Yeah.
loving Satan. Every single song is just Satan worship, pretty much.
Yeah. And there's a couple songs on there that have like historical context, like Elizabeth is about Elizabeth Bathory, and then like there's songs about like Hammer of Witches and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of very niche historical content in this album that I love also. But like I just don't like how corporate New Ghost sounds. This is like nothing was corporate yet. Tobias wasn't on some like massive label like Loma Vista. Like this is as raw as it gets for Ghost, and I love it.
It's just so great that it doesn't sound like he's sitting there going, what would Journey do? You know, it's
Yes.
like, yeah, it's so good. And just to get into some of the details about this album. So Tobias wrote most of this. He did a lot of guitar work, some bass work, most of the general songwriting on this. And also Gustav Lindstrom played bass on most of this album as well. And Ludwig Kenberg did some drum parts. And The album cover, it's very much inspired by Salem's Lot, which very cool. Love this cover. One of my favorites in
It's
all
very
of
fun.
Ghost. Looks very Scooby Doo,
Well, didn't
but
they make recently shirts with that album cover that were like Scooby-Doo themed? I have a feeling I saw that on like a
I
Rockabilia ad.
I saw that too. I thought that was a bootleg, but if that's official, that's insane. That's that's crazy.
Well, they have a lunchbox now that's like Scooby-Doo style with Papa Zero. Like he's fully leaning into the bit, and I love it.
I feel like on the second album with like Zombie Queen, it's like this is I'm like, wow, this is like on the nose
It
for like
is.
Scooby Doo chase music, you know. So this is practically a Tobias solo record, honestly, and I think that's cool. He put this on MySpace, the demo, which is
Oh my
great.
God.
The demo,
I
it's like
remember
a
MySpace.
three-song demo. He put it on MySpace, and then 2 days later, labels, so many labels were hitting him up. We want to sign you. We want to sign you. So this band just blew up instantly. It
Yeah.
was also produced by Gene Walker. Very polished, clean mix here. The instruments definitely have like a vintage sound to them, which I love. There's like a
Hmm.
good crunchy guitar tone too, thick bass tone, like
I
the
love the
best of both
keyboards.
worlds. Yes, the keyboards sound
The
great,
keyboards are crazy.
so good. I love the sound of this record because it has like this vintage feel to it, but it sounds clean. It's like vintage sounding without sounding like shit, which I love. You know,
Yeah. And I took notes on this album in preparation, and in there somewhere I talk about how I wish there's some crazy ass bass on this album. Like the bass lines are nuts, and I wish they would go back to that, like very complex instrumentals with
yeah,
like that. I wish they'd go back to that, not gonna lie.
me too, me too. I definitely listen to this and then kind of look at the future of this band and like where they went and think, dang, like I wish they leaned on the sound a little more because there's so many elements of the songwriting here that are just amazing. And it's very simple. Like, don't get me wrong, it is very simple instrumentally, but that doesn't mean it's bad by any means. It's really
Yeah.
catchy. Some of the hooks here and riffs, like that riff on like a Elizabeth, like maybe one of the best ghost riffs
Absolute
ever.
cinema, like fantastic. And I wish they do shit like that again.
Yeah, me
But
too. Me too.
I mean, I've heard Tobias is working on some solo stuff, perchance, so it might be interesting to hear if he goes back to this sound for stuff outside of Ghost.
I think he's
He
gonna do a black metal thing.
That
Like,
would be interesting. That would be really nice But he also said at one point that he doesn't like revisiting the things he's done in the past. So I sincerely hope it's something like that, but I don't know if he's more of a like looking to the future, new sound kind of guy for his solo stuff.
Who knows? I really am curious what he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he just takes like 2 years off of music altogether.
As he should. He deserves a break, honestly. All those
Right.
fucking back-to-back tours, crazy.
It's how all these bands end though. It's just all burnout, you know?
Yeah.
And I do wish he gave himself a break and like actually took some time to be like, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I see the future of the band going? You know, what do I want to do for tours and with like, you know, the stage antics and the set list and stuff instead of just like go, 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 go. So many bands in history break up that way from
Hmm.
burnout. And I wish he kind of took notes on that, but I guess not. And if this is the end of the band, then pretty good run, I'd say.
Yeah,
Pretty good
I'd
run.
say no albums that are like skips, you know?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
every album has at least one or two great songs on it. So I'd call that a win.
So, should we get into the track list here? We're going to
Yes.
rank the tracks from least favorite to favorite. We're also going to include the Beatles cover, which, yes, there is a Beatles cover. Here Comes the Sun on this album, which was, I believe, on the Japanese version.
Yeah, it's funny. There's so many bands that I love where like the best songs on the album are exclusive to the Japanese releases. Like Weezer, for example, they put out a ton of songs on the ja I love Weezer. I'm sorry. I actually no, I will not be sorry for loving Weezer. But they put out albums that are bad, like Ratitude, and then the bonus tracks that are exclusive to the Japan releases on like especially on that album, phenomenal. And it's like, why didn't you just put these on the album?
Megadeth did the same thing with their latest record, where one of the songs is a Target exclusive on the vinyl and CD.
No.
So I had to buy the Target exclusive. And then the other one, which is maybe the best song on the whole record, is a digital exclusive that you have to buy on Spotify.
Wait, you have to like pay extra on
You have to pay
Spotify?
$10 for the song on Spotify
That is like a whole month of Spotify for one song. I didn't
for
even
one
know that was a
song.
feature.
It's so bullshit, and it's like the best song on the album. It's
Damn.
crazy, crazy, but that's a whole rant within itself. But for this ranking here, we're also going to include the little interludes and whatnot. It's every song, all 10 tracks here. So,
Hmm.
Vanessa, if you want to kick us off with your number 10 song, your least favorite Ghost song on Opus.
So, kind of obvious answer here since we're counting all the interludes and stuff. I did put Deus Culpa as my lowest ranked because it's more of a transition piece into the rest of the album. It's pretty, like it's all right, but it's not super long and it's honestly just more of a transition to me.
Right. Yeah. And that's my bottom as well. You
Hmm.
know, opens the record and establishes like the church like atmosphere really nicely. It's only like what, a minute and a half. So,
Yeah, it's not long.
but it does offer a really cool transition into the first song. You know, it is nice. Instead of just like going right into that first track, I do kind of like this as like introducing what this album is, like the
Yeah.
spooky church like atmosphere. It's cool. It's a great way to
Yeah.
start the album, but yeah, it's like a minute and a half.
I like that Tobias kept that theme though of like a short opening track and then like a mostly instrumental kind of closing track. Like each album has like a transition into and out of the album, which is really nice.
That is true. That's a good point. Yeah. And I also want to say that I can't imagine Conclavi opening without this.
Yeah, no.
It adds
It,
so much power to like that opening bass line.
yeah.
So good.
Because like imagine you were just thrown right into that song as soon as you put in the CD. Like you'd be like, "Whoa, hold on."
Yeah, it's just it'd be way too harsh of a start, but it's
Hmm.
balanced very nicely. This
Yep.
album has such amazing bookends, I think. But anyway, all
Hmm.
right, that's our number 10.
Yeah.
So your number nine.
I'm sorry, this might piss you off. I put Death Knell. I'm sorry. And also, my opinion is objectively correct because aside from Deus Culpa, this is the song with the second lowest amount of streams on Spotify on that
Objectively
album.
correct. You
My
threw
opinion is correct.
objectively correct at
It's
me.
it's just okay. And this is one of there's only two skips on this album for me, and this is one of them. I will
Wow.
admit,
That's it.
drums and bass in the beginning, crazy, crazy. But like all Ghost songs more or less follow this exact same song structure, but this one just kind of feels especially repetitive, especially since the verses are pretty monotone. The melody of the second half of the verses leading into the chorus where he hits those high notes, that goes crazy, but the rest of it just feels kind of monotone.
Interesting. Wait, we're gonna have. I'm so excited to see the rest of your list
I'm
because
sorry.
I think I'll have one too that will be a little offensive to you.
That's
But
fine.
all right, okay, interesting. We're starting off a little controversial here, I guess. I think that was like
Hmm.
one of the first Ghost songs ever written
Yeah, I'm
because that's
sure.
on the
And
3 song demo.
yeah, same with Elizabeth too. I have a bootleg of that demo. It is a fun listen, but yeah, it's only like three songs.
Yeah, it's really good. Honestly, the vocal performances there I like better because here
Yeah.
he does sound like a little almost like shy, like he's not really confident on this
Yeah.
album when it comes to the vocal deliveries.
Something I noticed on this song especially is this doesn't he doesn't really sound too shy, but it sounds like he's kind of straining a little bit and like forcing it. And I remember hearing that like he didn't perform Elizabeth for the longest time because those notes are really hard to hit live. Like I can't even imagine how hard it is to perform Death Knell. Like,
Right. And I
yeah.
know that he didn't want to be the singer of this band.
Yeah, he didn't really want to be the face of Ghost, which is, I guess, part of why he really wasn't for the longest time. He had all those masks in the end. He was anonymous for as long as he possibly could be. So it's really interesting that he didn't even want to sing the songs.
And then got sued. So what a crazy
Yeah.
way to get revealed in court. All right, next up for me, Genesis. Great song. The leads on the song are amazing. The acoustic outro, I find, gives this like album some really nice dynamics. Like that ending acoustic section with the leads on it are really nice. And seeing live footage of it is like, damn, I wish they brought. It's only like, it's not a long song. I wish they
No.
fit this into the live set list somehow because it's really nice. And it's not
Yeah.
like a full 5 minute track. Like it's such a beautiful way to end the record. Like
Mm.
that's all just like in your face. Hail Satan, hail Satan. Here's riffs and heaviness and all this. And then to end with this like almost like light note is kind of nice. I really love, like I said earlier, the bookends of this record. But
Yeah.
number 9 for me is going to be Genesis.
It's funny. I actually, my next one up, like my next ranking is actually Genesis
Okay.
because it's very pretty. I like it a lot. And it's like, it has way more substance than Deus Culpa, not just because it's longer, but like the actual like song itself just has way more substance. And literally said like in my notes, like really fun, upbeat way to end the album, especially an album that's so like dark and heavy. Then you just end on this like ray of light almost. It's really nice.
It is really nice. And that 30-second solo, like at the end of the song, is like just like kind of beautiful. Like it's
It
really
is.
cool. All right. Yeah. So to now, I guess we're just talking about like the main songs now,
Mm.
where those were kind of like, Genesis is a bit of a interlude, maybe not an interlude, but like what would that be called? An outerlude?
Outro,
Outro. Yeah. Outro is the
maybe?
right word.
Yeah.
But for me, my next one's going to be Stand By Him.
That's offensive to me personally, but I
All right. Okay.
understand.
Okay. I think the next one's going to be a little more offensive, but great drum
Yeah.
beat. That follows with like a classic guitar slide into the main riff. Love that. I love the parts between the verses. I love the faster sections as well, which keep the song like fresh and have this nice flow with
Yeah.
those mid tempo parts as well that I really like. Really catchy chorus here as
Hmm.
well. Like
Yeah.
it's the night of the witch. Like such a great line, and
Like
like
the
that chorus
lyricism, chef's
is
kiss, beautiful.
so good on this song. I love
So
the
good.
dual leads too at the end, but that chorus is like really good. It's very Halloween.
It is
It's
so
a very
Halloween,
Halloween like kind of
especially like the
great
witch
song.
imagery.
Right.
Oh, which image?
Which image? Hey.
Which image? Anyways, Tobias has infected my brain like a worm. So, anyways, my next up is actually Satan Prayer, which
Oh my
again, I'm
God.
sorry. If Tobias, all right, this thing about this
Our
song, if
lists are
Tobias
going to be
wanted me
so
to know,
different.
if Tobias wanted me to know what he was saying, he would have enunciated. But like speaking of the lyrics on the song, this is a total nitpick for me. But this is gonna get gross. Referring to "come as seed" is just gross. Like you can pick another word. He uses that more than once on this album. Like, please, it's so gross. I'm sorry. I don't know if that makes me a prude, but it's like just use another word, man.
You better not like Love Rockets then, or Miss Li Amori, whatever that song is.
Yeah, no,
That's like
that
the
song is
grossest
also
version of that.
yeah, it is. It really is. It just, I guess, part of why that song is a skip for me too. But like,
Yeah.
also another note I made about Satan Prayer, like great lyrics for the most part, but the chorus at the end repeats one too many times. It's kind of like Elton John trying to end Benny and the Jets. Like, you can just end the song, brother. It's okay.
Well, hey, I gotta admit, I do love that chorus. But
Yeah.
I'll get into it. I will get into it. All right. My next one's probably going to be the most offensive, maybe the hottest take on this whole thing. Ritual.
Fair.
Ritual. Pretty light guitar tone here into the main riff, which is a pretty good main riff, I have to be honest. But it just never really grabbed me as much of the other songs. You know, it's like I do like that riff during the faster section, which is really good. I
Mm.
like that, and but it's like it's gone in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know,
And it,
and for me, my favorite part is the solo. I think this song has the best solo on the record. Like, I'll
yeah,
give it
it's
that.
pretty damn good. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
I don't
funny
know,
though.
just didn't really grab me.
My next one up in the ranking is actually Ritual. And like, if it wasn't a concert staple, I think it would probably land a little lower on the list. But hearing it live is a very unifying experience because it's basically just the theme song for Ghost. Because they literally call concerts rituals. Like it's just like it is the theme song for Ghost. And like I feel like if it wasn't that, it would probably be lower. Especially like I do like the Our Father part. I think that's very cool. But Nema Amen backwards is low-key cornball. I'm sorry.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
and this is actually I did too much research. This is actually the highest Spotify streams on this album. Like is this
I
track
believe
with
it. I believe it.
83 million. The next one down is Elizabeth with 30 million. So
What?
it is quite a difference. And I think part of that is probably because Ritual's on everybody's playlist for set lists. And like everyone who's never seen Ghost before is cramming that set list. So Ritual.
Yeah, what a shame. Like, if Elizabeth replaced this live, like people would be obsessed with that song. Like, it's so
Yeah,
good.
it's so
But
good.
he played it like what, twice on the last tour, which is
Yeah.
annoying that it's
But
only
he
like I
did say it's just hard to sing. And like I
yeah.
as someone who used to sing, I get that. But like I don't know. It's just it's a shame, but like I understand.
Yeah, because the notes like just keep like escalating, right? In
Hmm.
that chorus. But that's why I like it, you know.
That's fair.
But okay, so the next one, and for me, the rest of this was like kind of hard. Like
Yeah.
my top three was a lock, but the rest could like I swapped around quite a bit. Prime Mover. Yeah, I love the build up to this song. I do. I like
Mine
the build up.
mine was also Prime Mover.
Well, let's just talk about it together then. Let's just if our next wow. So it looks like we're kind of on the same page with some of
Yeah.
our least favorite ones. A little bit, maybe not fully, with
Yeah.
Death Newell, which I think is a little criminal, but
Sorry. I
Prime
just think
Mover.
Prime Mover,
What?
the lyricism is phenomenal on this album,
Yes.
especially like the whole like bloodline of the Dark Architect part. Like that is so peak. He did such a good job.
So amazing. And that build up that goes into the bass line. And that
Hmm.
bass line is like just so like evil sounding. It's like the starting of a sacrifice or something. Like it's
Yep.
really cool and like unique. I love how the lead mirrors the bass line, while the rhythm section is just doing like this palm muted, like alternative picking. I think that's really cool. This song
Yeah.
is really great. It's a great, again, like I do love the flow of this track list, and there's a really nice like bookend to this where you
Hmm.
have like a bass driven song in the beginning and then a bass driven song in the end. It's
Yeah.
nice.
It's nice. And that's what I was getting to earlier about like the crazy bass lines that Ghost used to do. Is like when I listen to a song, the first things I pay attention to are the bass and the vocals. So like they need to get back to their roots a little bit. Should Ghost continue after the little hiatus that they're on, they need to just get back into those crazy ass bass lines.
Yeah, it's like move away from the journey and the Boston and like that. Oh my God, on Umbra, I believe it's like the back and forth between like the organ and the guitar solos. It's like,
Hmm.
what band am I listening to? It's like crazy. It's
It
so
is
they're
crazy.
so far removed. They kind of wrote themselves into a corner, I think, a little bit with that record, but
Yeah.
it's night and day with Opus and Skeletor. It really is, except with
Yeah.
maybe two songs, I
Yeah.
think. But
Yeah.
okay, so Prime Mover. Um, do you want to give us your next pick? So that's
Okay. This might also be offensive. My next pick was Conclave con Dio. It is a concert staple, certified clergy classic, and I love the Gregorian chanting, which is like which is the best part of any Ghost song. Like Satanized had that, which is why I was like, okay, they're getting back to their roots a little bit. Like they channeled the energy of this song in Satanized, but my problem is the rest of Opus is at least sonically consistent, whereas Skeleton was not, but I'm going to be shoehorning in my disappointment in that album at every possible chance. Sorry. But yeah, no, I do love Conclave. It is so fun live with the pyrotechnics. Like it is everything.
yeah, like the bass line and then like the mother, like the oh my God, the vocal deliveries and the
The vocal
lyrics,
delivery.
like filth in her womb, so good. Such a like a classic like Merciful Fate style song in terms of like lyrics where it's like, whoa, this is just awesome. It's one of those songs where once I heard it for the first time, I'm in. I'm a fan of whatever the rest of this record holds. But yeah,
That is so
a
fair.
great one for me. My next one, I'm surprised we haven't even talked about this yet. Here Comes the Sun, the
Peak.
Beatles cover. Excellent cover. Maybe here, I'm going to lay out some hot takes.
Okay.
Potentially the greatest Beatles cover ever.
Fair.
I have not heard a better Beatles cover than this.
Yep.
Like when it comes to a band, not only just covering a song so well, but implementing their sound where it does sound like a Ghost song. It really
Hmm.
does. And it's,
I have I have so much to say about Here Comes the Sun that I will get to because I put it in its own ranking. I did put it in S tier because I couldn't give it a number because I have Beatles autism. And usually Beatles covers piss me off. They're usually really bad. And like of course like George Harrison's Supremacy, no one can do it like him, but I like that Ghost took this and made it their own and made it darker and maybe even a little satirical because like the guy who wrote the song, George Harrison, has several Beatles tracks that are like satirical and kind of darker while sounding pretty upbeat, like Piggies and Taxman. Like, I
right.
think they channeled the spirit of George Harrison very well into this cover.
And it works so well in a minor key
Hmm.
too. And the whole idea, like here comes the sun, like the birth of the Antichrist.
Yep.
It's like there's like a double meaning to it.
The
And
double entendre is
and
crazy.
honestly, I do listen to this version more than the Beatles version.
You know what? Fair. Fair.
I'll be honest, like, and I'm not someone on here who's gonna say like I don't like the Beatles or whatever, but this is a Beatles song that I don't like. I'm just not into it. And I know
It's
this is
just
like one of their
overplayed.
biggest songs. Maybe it's overplayed. I like Beatles for Sale. I like some of the lesser known Beatles stuff, the early stuff, Magical
Hmm.
Mystery Tour. I love the Beatles. there
Same.
there really isn't a song from the Beatles that I besides like number 9 or any of
Oh,
that
Revolution
bullshit,
9. Yeah, fuck that.
but yeah, like this song I just was never into it. I just didn't get it until I listened to this. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I get
funny.
it. This is so it's so good. It's so good.
It's so good. And like the Beatles are literally like my all-time favorite band. I literally for many years of my life strictly only listened to the Beatles. Like it's bad. My obsession runs deep. But like I also don't really like Here Comes the Sun. It's okay. It has sentimental meaning to me because it was my parents' first dance at their wedding and I'm planning my own wedding right now. I'm like maybe I should do the Ghost cover
That'd be
for our first
great.
dance. That would be really
You'll have to
fun.
get a bootleg or something
Oh
because
God, yeah, I'll have to
yeah,
get a crispy MP3 file.
yes. But I love the like I don't want to call them like gang vocals or I guess layered vocals of like Little Darling, where it's like
Hmm.
Tobias does it, and then it's like the background vocals that mirror it, that repeat it. It's so good.
And
And
like the
the
crescendo of the
organ,
instruments. Crazy, crazy organ.
yeah, it's
I love
the
it.
best Ghost cover,
It's
right?
probably the best Beatles cover, honestly, just because like I said earlier, I usually can't even listen to Beatles covers. Like 99% of the time they piss me the fuck off, but Ghost is phenomenal.
What even is the most popular like Beatles cover? I can't even.
Probably, oh God, if I had to name one, the Fiona Apple cover of Across the Universe, which like
Oh
if you
yeah,
like that cover, awesome. I can't with most Beatles covers.
I can't do it. I'm not sure if you know Melvins. They're like a sludge metal band. They did cover a Beatles song, which I'm trying to remember which one it is, but it's actually pretty good. You might hate it because
Oh,
it's so out there, but
yeah, I mean,
um,
I just like it. I like it when bands make it their own, so I'll definitely give it a chance because I'm
right.
not gonna be the one to write off every single Beatles cover, especially if it sounds nothing like the original. Like, I'm gonna give it a chance.
This is how you do it, though. This is like a master class in taking your sound and implementing it on a song. Just so
Yep,
good, so good. Here comes the
so
sun.
good.
I think it's fair to put it kind of in the higher middle ranking for me, just because like it's weird because it's like Beatles versus Ghost. You know, it's like where do
Hmm.
I rank this and the rest of it? So I understand where you're coming from, where it's like just general S tier. You know,
Yeah, it is
because
S tier.
it was tough trying to figure out where I'd put this. But all right, I guess it's your turn, I believe.
Which number are we on now? Oh my goodness, we're on
Um,
third, I think.
one, two, three, four. I just did my fifth,
Oh shit, where
like
are
from top.
we? Uh,
So Culpa, Genesis, Stand By Him, Ritual, Prime Mover, and then I just did Here Comes the Sun. So that's three,
okay.
four, five, and then six was Here Comes the Sun for me.
Okay. Well, I'm losing my place in my Google Doc, but I guess the next one up for me was Stand by Him. I'm sorry. I know you don't like that one too much, but like I don't know if I have a different perspective on it because I am a woman thing. Like I'm a vaguely feminine creature, and for some reason, like not only is it a good for her story, which I love, but like it's kind of romantic. Like, oh, like you can exact revenge on the people that wronged you as long as you stand by him being Satan. Like, it's a little romantic in my eyes, but also I'm bringing a completely different perspective to that because I'm feminine and you are not. So I can see why you would obviously not think that, but
Yes,
yeah,
but I see where you're coming from. You know,
I
and
see
I
the
do like
vision.
the song. I see the vision for sure, but for me, it's just not one of my favorite songs. But it's not a bad song. It's not like it's a
Yeah.
skip for me. You know, like I love listening to it. I really do. And that like
Mm.
faster section at the end that picks up and then goes right back into the slow section, which the transitions on this record are really well done. Like
Yeah.
nothing ever sounds forced, but that chorus is really good. But I don't really know that. I haven't really studied the lyrics too much
Yeah.
because when some choruses are just 666 and that's the whole chorus, it's like I feel like I have the idea of this
Yeah.
song, you
That's the
know.
thing though. It's like as like I'm a chronic lyrics reader, but also like it's just I don't think my opinion on this song about it being romantic is a super popular opinion at all. I think I'm just insane.
I think it has to be right. Stand by him. I think
I
it's
c-
more of like about allegiance, right?
yeah, it is. I'm just interpreting it in the way I want
You're
to because
just
I'm
personally in
crazy.
love with Satan. That's what's going
Yes, exactly.
on.
Exactly.
Well, my next pick is going to be Conclave con Dio. Yeah, like I was telling you, like the first time I heard this track, I'm like, I'm in. I'm a fan of this band. I love this record.
Hmm.
Amazing way to kick off the record. Amazing way to kick off the album. Like I can't think of a better opening. I think
Yeah.
maybe one of the best Ghost openers besides like Rats, maybe.
Yeah, I
Um,
love rats.
the bass line is just so incredible, which starts off isolated, which it fits. It really does fit, which is made even more heavy with that rhythm section, which kicks in,
Hmm.
mirroring the bass line. Just chef's kiss, truly.
Chef's kiss.
Lyrics are
Beautiful.
awesome. Really just sinister riff also under uh Satanas, we are one out of
Yeah.
3 trillion. Like that, there's a riff under that that's a little buried that's like so good. I love the fade out, which is just like this risk, like this ritual chant out of the
Hmm.
song, just so fucking good. Like
I
just
love it when Ghost does chants. I love it when they do chants. Certified clergy classic. Like
certified. Yes, a
certified.
classic, a classic. And yeah, I always think of their first live show with this song because they opened it and the bass line and he's holding like the I don't know the terms, but that like incense
Oh,
holders
the
like
censor.
yes,
Yeah.
he's like swinging it and the bass line. It's like a ritual's beginning. That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like to me, and this song just conveys it so well. And the opening, like the first word on this album is Lucifer.
Hmm. It's
Like
it's telling you what it is right away. Like
right
it is
away.
selling you right out the gate. Like this is what I am, and
Yeah.
there's no hiding it, which is kind of
Yes.
awesome, actually.
I love it. I love it
I
so
love it.
much. But that's my pick. Con Clavi Con Dio.
Nice. So my next one up was my top one aside from Here Comes the Sun was Elizabeth. We love a good single. It's a basic bitch answer. I'm sorry. I just like I said earlier, I love a good song with a historical context, especially because like Elizabeth Bathory is a staple in like modern vampire culture, which like I'm a huge fan of. And also the guitar solo kind of kicks ass.
It's really good.
Um, it just reminds me every time it has a beautiful key change in that song, like right at the end. But I just think about the Bo Burnham quote where he's like, "Y'all dumb motherfuckers want a key change." Like that is how I feel about the end of this song, but it's a gorgeous song. I do love it.
It's good. It should be a concert staple, I
It
think.
should.
Yeah.
I understand why it isn't, but I wish it was.
Yeah, and it's like what was it? The first single too off this album,
Yeah,
I believe.
it's on the demo tape.
Yeah, yeah. The on the
I think
demo
it's
tape, it sounds, I think, better potentially. I'll have
is it
to
the only single?
compare. I
Sorry,
think it
didn't
is
mean
the
to
only
interrupt. I think
single.
it's the only single.
I think
I
it
can't
is.
think of, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like it had its own art and everything, and I
Mm-hmm.
know it's very expensive also because
Mm.
I did look at it a few times, but
Oh God.
yeah, the vocals here are pretty good. I think his vocals definitely fit this song in terms of like kind of that like yeah, it's like a little maybe breathy, I guess. It's hard to
Yeah.
describe, but it just like works because he sounds kind of like undead.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know. It's
No,
a
you're right.
really interesting delivery. Like it's nothing like the rest of the records.
Yeah, and like we could attribute that to just like the song is out of his range, but like he makes it work. Like he really does. It's not like Death Knell where I kind of felt like he was straining a little bit. Like Elizabeth, he leans into it. It's great. The vocals are great.
Yeah. I love that track and I will get into that for sure. My next one, Satan Prayer.
You know
Love
what?
this one.
Fair.
Love this one. Love this one. The guitar fade in, and then the very simple drumming here, but it's effective. A lot of instrumentation that just serves the song so well on Satan Prayer. I love the momentum of this track and that the pre-chorus going into the chorus is just like flawless, so flawless. And I love how the chorus comes in like in the middle of the track too. It's just kind of unique and cool. But
Yeah.
Satan Prayer is just a banger. It is
And
a classic for me.
I do see the vision, honestly, even though I ranked it so low. Like I just have very weird preferences when it comes to ghost songs, but like I do understand where you're coming from. It is a my thing about ranking all these songs is there really isn't a bad song on this
There
album. It's
isn't.
like asking me to pick between my favorite children.
Right. There's no 20s on this album.
I love 20s though. My
I know
more of
you
my cringe musical
do.
opinions. I love Weezer and I love 20s.
But yeah, I just love that vocal climb in Saint Prayer.
Yeah,
Like, oh, and holy God. I can't sing, but it's just
that's
so
okay.
good to that
Yeah.
chorus. Oh, there's
Yeah, the
so many
lead into the
transitions in this song that are just so great. That's all I
the
know how to
lead into the
describe them as.
chorus, fucking gorgeous, gorgeous lead into the chorus.
Yes.
And then the rest of the song just kind of pisses me off because it's nothing like that. I don't know. I have very weird
It
preferences.
has this like grand delivery to it too,
Hmm.
I think.
It really does.
Like so good where you can just like picture him like on a mountain like singing this song. It's great. Very
It
good
is.
stuff, Satan Prayer. So we're down to for me I'm down to my last two.
I'm down to my last one. What the hell am I missing, dog? I think we covered all of these.
Okay. I
What's
think
your
maybe
what are your
cuz we were doing two at the same time, I think,
Oh
which
yeah, we
is
were.
so how about I'll just do my next one
Okay.
and we'll just have the last one. So all right. Let's talk about Death Newell. All right. This
Oh
is my
God.
second favorite of the whole thing. What was it? Your second least favorite?
It was my second least favorite,
Wow.
one up from Deus Culpa. Yeah, sorry, King.
So like pretty much your least favorite song if you're, not
Yeah.
counting the interlude.
Yeah.
Love the drum beat that kicks off this song, the boodooch, boot, and then which introduces this bass line that comes in, which explodes into the first verse. That guitar gives it like again a grand feel to the song that I really love, and I just love that chorus as well. The like the chorus is literally 666, and then
It's funny.
SATAN, like so good, like it's so on the nose
It's
about Satan.
crazy. Because the second 666, instead of saying 666, he's saying sex, 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 which I actually didn't know until I looked up the lyrics to this one, which is like, damn, you are really on the nose about this whole giving birth to the Antichrist theme, huh?
Does it say sex?
Yeah,
I
at
did
least
not know
according to
that.
Genius, which I trust, unfortunately, wholeheartedly. But yeah, because it's, again, if he wanted me to know what he was saying, he would have enunciated.
That's like such a cool like misdirection though. That's
It
kind of
is.
like during what's that? What's like their biggest song ever? Like where I want to bewitch you, I believe, where
Oh,
everyone
oh my
thinks it's I want
God.
to be with
Dance
you.
Macabre.
Yeah, yeah, where it's like that's like another misdirection where everyone's like I want to be with you where it really says I want to bewitch you.
Yep.
Where I did not realize it said sex. That's actually awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know until like a few days ago when I was doing some research for this. Like it is actually kind of a really fun, like on the nose lyric change.
Yeah, I really do also like how it weaves in and out of these like soft and heavy sections with Death Newell, but this is like one of my favorite songs, and it has been back and forth with my like being my second favorite and favorite off the album. And the demo of this song is incredible. There's a lot of King Diamond elements of this. When King Diamond sings in the more lower range, like I hear a lot of that on this record. It seems like Tobias is definitely taking notes from that. This record is really a mix of like Merciful Fate, Coven, and ABBA.
Yep.
That's what I feel like Opus
That's
Eponymous is.
I mean, and that's why they call ghosts, like haters will call ghosts like the ABBA of metal, but they say that like it's an insult. They're from Sweden. It's not an insult. At least
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm pretty sure ABBA's pretty well regarded over there. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
And I fuck with it. What can I
I
say?
fuck with it. Yeah.
I'm uh I'm really in love with this record, and that is my second favorite song. So here we are, our favorite track on the record.
Well, we already talked about mine, which is in S tier, its own tier, which is Here Comes the Sun. mostly just because like it's the Beatles, they're my everything. Like I'm just so excited. Like it's my two hyperfixations are doing this. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's one
Yeah,
of the best covers. It really
it
is one
is.
of the best covers. They never came close to this, really. I wish this was on streaming or somewhere.
Yeah, I just like, like a band like the Beatles has got to be so stingy with copyright. I sincerely doubt. But then again, It's a Sin just got put on Spotify, so maybe they're working on it.
Yeah, I would love for them to break this out live. How awesome would that be? People would
That would
lose
be
their
awesome.
mind because it's like the Beatles. It's not like you're covering Iron Maiden or something where some of like the ghost girlies might get a little upset and not know what's happening. Where the Beatles, it's like their most popular song,
Hmm.
so this would be like a great song to bring out. Ghost is one of those bands where I feel like they could have such a rotating set list and
They
no one would be
could.
mad. And if anything, people would want to see them more because of that.
Yeah.
But all right, my number one, Elizabeth, no surprise. Amazing intro riff that goes into maybe my favorite Ghost riff of all time, probably my favorite Ghost riff of all time. The rhythm section has just such a nice drive to it too, and the chorus is just so catchy, and that transition from like makes her one of us into the guitar solo is just like the best. Every riff on this song is excellent. Truly great
Hmm.
use of organs as well. The delivery of like, you're still alive, Elizabeth, is amazing. It is
Yeah.
so good. One of the best vocal performances on the whole record. Probably uh the best vocal performance on the whole album, I'd say.
Yeah, and like me being crazy again, Elizabeth, since this was like my one under Here Comes the Sun, I also love this fucking song. But this is another one where it's like if you squint hard enough, you could interpret this as a kind of romantic song.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But it's so good. It just has such a nice flow to it too.
it
I really
does.
do. It flies by when you listen to it. But all right, I guess that's the whole record. So if we want to just like really quickly run through it, if you were doing it on the spot,
Oh
uh,
God.
don't
Oh
worry about
God.
it. But I'll just run through mine real quick.
Yeah.
So Duas Culpa, Genesis, Stand By Him, Ritual, Prime Mover, Here Comes the Sun, Con, Clavi, Con Dio, Satan Prayer, Death Newell, Elizabeth as number one. And that is my least favorite, two favorite tracks on this record. I'm not going to pressure you to do that because you'll have to remember what your
The
whole thing
the
is.
problem is I have everything in front of me, but I ordered my songs in the order of the track list. But I got Deus Culpa, Death Knell, oh my goodness. Prime Mover. Actually no, switch those two. Wait, shit, where the fuck am I, dog? I I literally it's like this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I can't give you mine in order. I fucked up already.
what, what did we miss anything on those notes? That's a lot of
No.
notes.
No, no. Sorry, let me try this again because I was
Okay.
reading the wrong column.
You
I
got
got
this.
Deus Culpa, Death Knell, Genesis, Satan Prayer, Ritual. Where the fuck is number four? Prime Mover, Conclavi Con Dio, Stand by Him, and Elizabeth, and Here Comes the Sun.
All right, awesome. So that's our ranking for the track list from least favorite to favorite. I think this is a fantastic Ghost album. I think maybe the weakest element of this album is Tobias's vocals. Definitely the weakest on any Ghost album, but they don't ruin the songs, I don't think, whatsoever. They still serve the songwriting. Like I was saying before, like he does kind of sound like a zombie sometimes on this, like just with that delivery, but it serves the album really well. Again, Scooby Doo music.
Goofy Scooby Doo
Makes
chase
sense to
music.
be sung by a zombie, but this is a great record. And it's funny when this came out, like a lot of metalheads were really into it. And then
We all know
this
how that
band
went.
turned into what they turned into, and people were very upset. But hey, this is our modern day Kiss. I think they had kind of the same projection in
Hmm.
their discography where they started very raw and heavy and then went into a more pop sound. At least this band didn't put anything out like Lick 'em Up, or Lick It Up, whatever that song's called.
Oh God,
Um, but yeah, they're great. Very, very good first album. And this is easily my favorite Ghost record.
that's fair.
Very good
And
stuff.
like it's really funny owning a record store because it's like I think The Onion or like Hard Times actually did an article like record store owners struggling to decide if Ghost should go in the metal section. Like I've had people give me shit for that. I put them in the metal section just because like I don't know where else to put them, dog. Even if a lot of their albums aren't as heavy as they could be. Like I've actually had people give me shit for putting them in the metal section.
It's funny because like every record store I go to, they're in the metal section.
Yeah.
Unless I'm at like a death metal record store. I
Mm.
believe Armageddon Records is one near me where it's
Yeah, I
like
love
just all
Armageddon.
extreme metal. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Ghost in there, which makes sense.
Fair.
But
It's fair.
yeah, but this is a great
Yeah.
album. I'm not sure if you have thought of a rating for this out of 10,
Mm.
but if I'm to think of one, I'd give it a solid
Mm.
8 out of 10 for me. It's very
Yeah.
good. I do wish there were maybe a little more dynamics on this. Lyrically, I wish Tobias went a little more in depth instead of just being like, I love Satan, pledge allegiance to Satan, Satan, the devil, hell, Satan.
Well,
That's the
again,
whole
it's
album,
like
but
he's
it
telling you what it
works.
is immediately. Like there's no hiding it. This is what we are and this is what we're about and I love it.
And it's the album's kind of like the birth of it because the band does kind of have like a concept discography a little bit
Mm.
where it's like, and then the second album is kind of like, the church and what the religion starts or whatever. I don't really, I haven't looked into that too much of like
Yeah.
what each album is in the timeline of like the band of like the universe of Ghost, but
Yeah.
it's very primal sounding, and that's very fitting for like the birth of the religion of Ghost. I think it's very
Hmm.
fitting. But for me, 8 out of 10, I'd say.
For me, it's honestly a solid 7.5. But I will start this by saying I don't think any Ghost album has ever earned a 10 out of 10 for me, even though they're one of my favorite bands. The closest we've gotten is like an 8.5 or 9. But like it's not the sound of music that I normally listen to because you know the bands I like. Like I named my store after Styx. This is not the type of music I normally listen to, but I do like it quite a bit.
Yes. No comment on that.
Yeah,
But
sorry, King.
but I respect it, and I understand where you're coming from. I really do. And I'm just happy that you appreciate this record
Of
because
course.
there's so many Ghost fans who I think are now coming around to this record now that like the dust is kind of settling on the band and the whole hype for like, Impera and all that. And then Skeleton came out, and then people started to like revisit old records. And I feel like this album is getting kind of like a rebirth in a sense for the
Yeah.
fandom, which is so nice to see
And it's
because
fitting
it's
for
one
the
of the
theme of the
best.
album.
Yes,
It's really it's a shame that a lot of like I hate to call it the ghost girlies again. A lot of ghost girlies don't like this album, but a lot of people don't understand, especially when they like fully hate on this album and don't even appreciate it at all. It's like there would be no Ghost without this album. Straight up.
exactly. Exactly.
Like
And I do like Ghost with like a stripped down sound. It's really the band's bones on
mhm,
this. And then later they just add so many elements of flair and arena to this, like especially on songs like Lacrima, which is just, it's like if Tobias went back and wrote this record. That's what it sounds like to me with everything
mhm.
he learned in the songwriting process and with evolving the band sound. It's like, oh, what if I went back and wrote something for Opus again? That's what I feel like Lacrima sounds like to me.
Yeah.
So,
Lacrima and Satanize both sound like that to me.
which are great songs, which are really good songs. But Opus is a certified banger. I think it's really good.
Mhm.
Do you have any closing thoughts for this album? Anything we didn't touch upon here?
Honestly, not really. I it's a great album. I love this album. Second favorite Ghost album, absolute cinema. Like I really don't have any more thoughts. I think I really covered everything.
That it is such a happy surprise. It is such a great surprise to see that you like this album as much as you do now. because I
Hmm.
remember when we were working at the record store, we would kind of go back and forth a little bit about this album. And then you got into Elizabeth, and that was in the store's rotation. And I remember that. And I'm like, all right, we're getting somewhere,
Yep,
but I'm glad you like it. And I definitely came around to the later stuff. I feel
that's
like I
fair.
came around to the later stuff when you came around to the older stuff.
We
And
like
here we
switched.
are. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
So it's nice to see. And hopefully in the future, like the Ghost Girlies can appreciate an album like this.
I know,
But
right? I feel like a lot of Ghost Girlies just focus on the lore, and since this album doesn't have a ton of lore that people haven't just retroactively added to this album, like they kind of just don't appreciate it like it should be appreciated.
yeah, and a lot of people might like sexualize Tobias and stuff, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yikes.
I like Kiss to Go Go and Mary on a Cross or whatever that song is and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like when you get into like the actual songwriting and the soloing and the arrangements of these songs, they're actually really solid. And just because
Hmm.
it's not metal, like doesn't mean it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's such a good album. And I don't mind that he kind of does sound like the singer of Blue Oyster Cult. That's another thing. That was kind of the what a lot of people say about Ghost, where it's like it's just Blue
Yeah.
Oyster Cult that's spooky.
I've
Uh
never heard that before, but I
really?
absolutely I see the vision, but I've never heard
Yeah.
anybody
A
say that
lot
until right now.
so many people believe that on like the metal side that I've heard, or like
Yeah.
the classic rock side, where it's like, oh, it's just Blue Oyster Cult, but spooky. And
That's so fun.
yeah, well, this was a lot of fun, Vanessa. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for returning to the podcast and talking Ghost. Kind of want to give you the floor here. What's the best way for people to stay in touch with you and your shop? I know
Yeah.
you're in Bellingham, Massachusetts, and you have a
Yeah.
lot of great stuff.
Yeah, we're in Bellingham, Massachusetts. We just got in a massive metal collection. You can probably see all of the really great stuff on the wall behind me, and that's just what's left. But yeah, the best way to stay in touch with us would be on Instagram, at Crystal Ball Records, all one word, or crystalballrecords.com is our website. And should you need to contact us, all of our information's on there. And we do also have a Facebook page, Crystal Ball Records, but I really just have Instagram set to automatically post to Facebook. We have TikTok also. Every single website, Tumblr, TikTok, all of our usernames, it's just at Crystal Ball Records, all one word.
Awesome. Well, go check out the shop, Crystal Ball Records. Awesome stuff. I got an original Slayer record there, their debut, and it just sounds awesome. It's so good. Just mint stuff. A lot of great stuff that comes in. Thank you again for being on the podcast and talking Ghost. I'm Brandon Battick, and this has been Disturbing the Priest.
It's death! I've just seen death!